volume's up very loud and turn it down half. Hello and good evening. Welcome to another late night edition of the Coding Train with me, Internet Weirdo Dan Schiffman. Now, I had earlier today a whole plan and thought about what I was going to say at the very moment I switched the camera over to myself, and I completely forgot what it was right now. I actually have enough room here on this table in between the camera and where I'm sitting that I could have like a little bit of a teleprompter. So again, I'm looking for some writers to write me some scripts that I will read to you. Actually, better yet, ultimately, the plan here eventually is for me to just have an AI model, a machine learning model, generate the script for me. So that's coming. I mean, it'll make. You might think that won't make any sense, but it's hard to not make nearly as much sense as I don't make. Cheers. So as with most late night shows, this is not a show, nor it is late at night. Oh boy, I can't bring myself to do this. Why don't skeletons ride roller coasters? They don't have the stomach for it. I know. Why does a moon rock taste better than an earth rock? Well, I don't like this one because it's a little meatier. I feel like, some of you might, I don't know, that one's no good. Let's boo that one. This one's a good one. What do you call a fake noodle? An impasta. What time is it? I don't know. It keeps changing. Actually, fortunately, here we go. We've got our countdown clock going. Because as you know, once it gets to 0 o'clock, I turn into a creepy looking AI artificial intelligence pumpkin. All right, I don't think I'll go with this anymore. We need to get ourselves centered. We need to feel ready that we can be here together in the moment. This is such a bad idea. I'm so tired. Here to make some fun, interesting coding projects late at night from my home here in Brooklyn. My children are fast asleep. To be honest, I seriously doubt they're asleep, but they're in their room quiet. I can't hear them. They can hear me apparently. Last night I was told, yeah, we can hear you. You're kind of loud. So there it is. But just before they went to bed, I got out my usual nighttime reading, the book A Million Random Digits with 100, 3D is 12. It is way past your bedtime, young person. 3D? Oh, I hear something. So all of you who are past your bedtime and just about to go to sleep, I will now read to you from my book of random numbers. $34,990. 62,122. Oops. We have to take a break here. Lucas Chang. What was it that I was using yesterday? I had a whole new sound effect for the members. I don't remember what it was. Was it this? Breaking news. We have a message from Lucas Chang. Lucas Chang says, thank you. Well, thank you. Lucas Chang, this random number goes out to you. $2,639, 44,273, 57,678, 34,515, 14,176, 91,552, 89,424, 15,236, 53,947, and 34,448. Well, I like to read from my book of random numbers at the start of my coding train, the night train, late night with the coding train, just to make sure that if you're watching, you have the chance to leave. Because you could come back tomorrow. Actually, one thing that I said yesterday, I said that if you come back tomorrow, you can actually check the video's description and there'll be time codes in there. And the time codes might indicate where something that you might actually want to watch happened. Unfortunately, I didn't get to that with yesterday's show. So maybe it will be true tomorrow, maybe it won't. I really don't know. I just don't know. This ginger tea is delicious. I'm drinking it out of my Highclere Castle mug. Yes, I have a Highclere Castle mug. All right. So what is this? Why are you here? Why are you watching this? I don't know. Like I've said probably too many times at this point, I encourage you to go to bed. Some of you, interestingly enough, might just be waking up in the morning. Depending on where you are in the world, you might be having your morning coffee, a little, morning toast, whatever you eat for breakfast. I wish you a wonderful day. Maybe exercise, meditate, I'm not sure. But if you choose to stay with me here for the next 51 minutes, I can't see the chat anymore. I've got to fix this. There we go. Anthony is asking if I'm okay. It's a really weird thing to be by yourself in a room with some bright lights on you, a camera, your computer, feeling like there are a few hundred people watching, and you really have no idea what to say or what to do. One of these days, maybe I will have my act together and I will have a plan and a script and segments and all those things. But for now, I'm just here. And the idea here with Coding Train late at night, just to switch you over to my laptop for a second, is that I have a list of sort of strange, weird projects I'm interested in working on. They are found in this Coding Train late night GitHub repository. And last night we made the midnight pumpkin alarm. So I can add myself here. So, but it's over there. Look at this. I had this fixed. Last night this wasn't working. The midnight pumpkin alarm, which is right above me. And I had a suggestion here. Thank you to, let's pull up this pull request, which has now been merged, from Joe Paris, who says, add ideas for using I-can-has dad joke to fetch a joke as a Discord bot command and possibly displaying that joke on screen during the stream. And that is a great idea. But I think I can do one better here. So my goal for tonight, by the end of tonight, is to have a machine learning model generating new dad jokes. So that's what we are here to make. It's not exactly on the list. Maybe we'll have those appear as an overlay, maybe not, but certainly it will become, if I could just get back, okay. This lav mic thing does not fit in my pajama bottoms. Yes, I might be wearing a tie because it's one of the things that allows me to get sort of dressed up at 11. I take a shower, I comb my hair, I get dressed up at 11 o'clock at night. I don't know why. Why? What has my life become? I have to say, here's the wonderful thing about this. One of the things I'm really enjoying about this strange time that we're living in, as complicated and tricky as it might be, is learning new stuff with my kids. My daughter is obsessed with parrots. So I learned so much about parrots today, even so much that I took a walk to the Greenwood Cemetery. I live not too far away from the Greenwood Cemetery here in Brooklyn, New York, where there is a nest of monk parrots. And there's all sorts of interesting stories of how they ended up there. I won't go on too much about this, but I saw the monk parrots today. And Juan Carlos Ponce Campuzano, and there's some new members. There's so much going on. Welcome, new members and friendly super chats. There's absolutely no reason why you should join the coding train as a membership or pay money for a super chat. I really should just disable that, but it is most appreciated by yours truly, and with your membership, you have won yourself a random number. 32,809. What I was saying about the parrots, well, I don't want to go on and on about the parrots, but I'm really enjoying my daytimes. And doing this late night hour of live streaming, it makes me feel like I'm doing something in my so-called professional, as I like to say, life. I owe Juan Carlos an email back about something you emailed me, I think about the Nature of Code book. And I'm so like, did I write back? I don't remember, but all of my thumbs are thumbs up with regard to everything that you said there. I'm really, really slow with email. I would say these days, but I'm just kind of always slow with it. All right, so I want to get started with this project that I want to make. And so I think there's so much that I want to get to here, and ultimately I have these Hue Lights behind me that blink. I want to be able to control them from P5.js. I want to get everything that I'm doing here available as a Discord bot. So once I've got this dad joke generator, AI generator, that could be a bot. You could ask for a new joke. But for today, let's just see if we can get it working. We do have our countdown going. The AI pumpkin generator is not active right now because I really meant to secure it during the day, but I didn't have any time to do that because I don't do anything during the day but learn. Today I learned about, what was the math we were doing? Why can't I not remember? Oh yes, the math that I did today was, it was a word problem where we had a truck and we had to save animals from the rainforest. And we could only hold 10,000 pounds in the truck and the animals weighed certain amounts. So we had to figure out what's the way we could get the most animals in the truck and not go over 10,000 pounds. So instead of cleaning up the late night repo and adding time codes and getting the machine learning models, so that's what I worked on today. And I went to go see the parrots. All right. And I should mention that if you want to ask questions or get help with your code or engage a little bit with the Coding Train community, thank you, David Friedman. Please, it's blinking. Oh, it's so exciting. Please come and say hello in the Discord, which I will now post a link to in the chat. Okay. So let's get going here. So this is the website. iCan has a dad joke. You don't see it. I'm going to bring it up right now. And there is an API. So my plan is, where do I find the API? Right. So we can get another random joke. Why did the Clydesdale give the pony a glass of water? Because he was a little horse. Yeah, that's about right. Okay. But I want to go straight to the homepage and find go to the API and figure out how to use this API. So my plan is, first, let me just get a P5 sketch asking for a joke and displaying it in the console. Like, that's really all I want to do right now. I just want to like figure out how does the API work. Then I want to build maybe a little quick node script that'll just get like 1,000. I don't know how many. I mean, maybe there's some way, and if somebody's looking into this while I'm live streaming, maybe there's some way I could just download the full database of dad jokes from this API. And I could even just use curl. That's interesting. So I could probably write a script. But anyway, but I want to do this in JavaScript. Then I want to create a big text file with as many dad jokes as I can possibly fit. And then I'm going to train a machine learning model with all of that data and see if I can generate some new jokes. All within the next 43 minutes. Yeah, Prothmesh writes in the chat, automate the random number giving tradition so that when anyone becomes a member, it does the work. So one thing, by the way, does anybody know if CJ is still streaming? A friend of the show, Coding Garden with CJ, wonderful channel, I noticed was live streaming maybe like an hour or so ago. The reason why I thought of this is I want to do some stuff with the YouTube chat API, but I hear it's kind of like a big pain to deal with. And I probably should just move to streaming on Twitch, but I'm just going to keep saying that and probably never actually do it. So I'm a little bit hesitant to work with the YouTube chat API, but I think that that's why I kind of want to use the Discord as sort of like the chat that we can interact with. Okay. So everyone's telling me that CJ is still streaming. So hopefully, I highly recommend right now, go to Twitch. Let's actually just go to coding.garden. And this is the Coding Garden. And maybe Coding Garden on YouTube here. I don't know why there's not a link to the Twitch here, because that, I believe, is where Coding Garden streams. But if we go right here, we can bring up. So this is where you should be going to learn. This is where you should be going to learn stuff and watch a sensible live stream with people with actual knowledge. Is that coming through? All right, I'm gonna look at this green screen. So many wonderful things there. Okay, but I'm gonna keep going with what I'm doing. Those of you who choose to stay, I make no guarantees, none whatsoever. All right, so first thing we're gonna do is I have got a P5 web editor sketch, and I'm gonna get rid of draw. I'm gonna see if I can fetch a joke just with this load JSON function. So the load JSON, so at some point, if I'm really doing this every night, I don't know if it really makes sense for me to like explain what P5 is over and over and over again, but just very quickly, P5 is a JavaScript library for creative coding. Find out more at p5js.org. It's from the Processing Foundation, which is a nonprofit that I do a lot of work with, and I encourage you to learn more about all that stuff. I love P5. Now, oh, I remember. This was my new thank you to the members. There we go. Okay. Well, All right, everyone. I forgot all of my new tricks and bits. All right. So now, here we go. So if I go over to the API, it looks like I can just move myself over here. Fetch a random dad joke. Accept application JSON. Accept as text. Interesting. The endpoint will only ever return. There's a Slack app as JSON joke ID. So there's a specific joke ID. That's interesting. /J. Fetching joke as text. As an image. That's interesting. Search. So could we search and just get a whole bunch? Total jokes 307, total pages 15. And we have to learn about, this is what I should just do just to get a whole bunch, right? Like if I see that this is possible, doesn't this mean that I could just go to like iTerm, for example. Oh my goodness, I have not set this up yet. So one thing that's a little bit of an issue is that, oh, and the silly, can I get rid of that overlay here? No. Or like, can I move it around? Let's just, I don't know. There's a clock. I'll put it right under the clock. It's going to be nicely redundant. Oh, look, CJ is here. Or CJ is watching my stream while, I just got a message from CJ. I made this Express API that turns the YouTube live chat API into a Socket IO API. Why is it that anytime I ever want anything in the world, CJ has made it? Yesterday I thought, wouldn't it be nice if I had just a list of the Coding Train color palette, and then like a website appeared within like less than 5 minutes made by CJ. Everybody subscribed. Okay. Oh, I don't have my computer set up. All right. So here we go. There's a few things that I really, really require in order to be able to use iTerm. All right. Hold on. Let's get cracking here. Setting up iTerm. Where's the small, tiny preferences that I need? It doesn't look anything like what I want. Profiles. Reuse previous sessions directory. This is a very important setting that I must have. Now, I will go to text. 24 point is my favorite font size. Did that work? Does that change anything? No. Then the other thing that I must have, the setting that I love the most, that fills me with enormous happiness, that makes my coding life complete, is whenever I resize the window, whenever I resize the font using a key command, I don't want the window to change its size. Look how horrible it is when that happens. First of all, can I make it? Yeah, all right. And look, wait. Look at that. The window's getting bigger. I do not want that to happen. I cannot tolerate it. I cannot tolerate it. So I must go here and find this setting. Window, arrangement. Oh wait, window. No. Terminal, session, advanced. Somebody must know. Somebody must know! General. Appearance? Windows. No, that's not it. Selection, window. Just, there it is! Oh my God! I am so happy! I found it! All right. I just uncheck this and everything is great. Look at that. Look how big I can make the font. This is awesome. All right, now, boy, I'm getting a lot done here. 35 minutes left, people. I'm almost to the point where I have the font size set in my terminal. So speaking of CJ, I'm going to read you. Maybe I'll pick a different Twitch channel or YouTube channel or coding something or other to refer to constantly in tomorrow night. Did I say that I was going to be back tomorrow night? Whew. But I do happen to know that CJ recently did a video all about setting up their new dev environment, and I wanted to follow all of those steps. But I think for lack of a better idea right now, I'm going to very, very quickly get OMyZSH, which is the shell. ZSH is the shell that I like to use, and this is a particular configuration of it that has some nice syntax highlighting and various things. So I'm going to paste this in, and it should be there now. That looks good. I think it can be a little bit bigger. A little smaller, that is. I can see where I am. What is going on with the font? All right, so now we're good. Why was I in here? Oh, right. I was on this. Let's see if this curl command works. So that works. So on the one hand, I could skip everything that I'm doing right now just to send this into a text file. I mean, so isn't there a way that you do something fancy where you do this and then you do this and you say like file.txt? Like right over here, there's some kind of like pipe the results of this into a file. This can't possibly be right? Like what I've got over there can't possibly be right, but let's try it. Huh, that did something. Oh! Look at that. Okay, well, first of all, for you to be able to see this, I don't really have my layout stuff going well. Look at that, it's there. And if cat will show me what the contents of the file are. Whoops. Huh, okay, that worked. That worked. All right, so let me open this up. Let me look at this file. So here is now a text. This is what I need to train my machine learning model. Okay, I enjoy this way too much. What did one nut say? This is what I've not heard before. What did one nut say as he chased another nut? I'm a cashew. Okay. Now, the question is, if I do this again, how come my command's not there? If I do this again, and I say like file2.txt, do I have the same jokes? File 1, yes. So I gotta do pagination through it. So I really should do, let's get it as JSON because I want to see. So are there really only 307 jokes? No, 650 with a total pages of 32. So I could, in theory, get all 650 of these jokes. So you know what? Let's skip the whole P5 step where I was going to use load JSON and just display one joke. We got to move along here. It's already 11:30 p.m. at night. And I didn't go to sleep till 2 a.m. last night. I mean, I finished at 1:30. I think I finished at 1:30. No, 12:30? No, I went to sleep at 1. I don't even remember what time it was. I was just wandering aimlessly throughout the house, bumping into things. Let's throw caution to the wind and do something perhaps ill-advisable, but fun times. Let's go and set up a node script to do this. So the way that I'm going to do that is let's just head over to the desktop. Let's make a directory called joke scraper. And we will say npm init. So this is the point of the program where I say, now node is a thing that's blah, 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 and npm is a thing that blah, 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 but it's late at night. Don't be fooled by the tie that I'm wearing. I cannot possibly begin to explain any of that, but I do have a set of video tutorials. Most notably, I would probably recommend you take a look at my Working with Data and APIs series. So I'm kind of jumping into the middle of that by creating a quick node, a node project. And interestingly enough, it would be interesting. I kind of want to do some stuff with deploying stuff to Glitch, but I'm getting ahead of myself. npm init. And the way that I like to use npm init is like this. Okay, I think I hit enter enough times. I did learn probably from CJ. By the way, this is the channel where you watch somebody who does all the coding stuff incorrectly, in case you were wondering, that there's a way that you can set up a template. But I've got this now. I'm going to open up in Visual Studio Code. That worked. Apparently I'd already installed this. I'm going to get my code open here. I've got package.json. Let's make the font size bigger here. Now this is where I really would like to go and This is where I would definitely like to go and take a look at what CJ did in setting up Visual Studio Code, but I don't have time for that because it's 11:30 right now. And I've got to get this moving. I mean, it's going to take like 2 hours to train the machine learning model. So I didn't pre-bake one. Usually if I'm doing something with training process, it's going to take a long time. I will pre-do it and then like go through the steps, but not this time. All right, let's make a, let's do whatever it wants us to do. We're going to make a new index.js file. And now what I want to do is use fetch along with async and await, which is all stuff that I've covered in my video tutorials, to get this exact page. But I want to see this page in my node code. So let's give that a try. Okay. Oh my God. Oh my God, that's 4 spaces. Is that 4 spaces or a tab or something? No, no, no. Stop, stop. Change it to 2 spaces. My whole life. No, change view, change, convert to spaces. How do I fix this? How do I fix this, everybody? The 4 spaces. They scare me. It's too many. I know some people find it comforting, but I don't. Will you help me? Will you help me? I can't go on. Look at the clock just ticking away, ticking away, ticking away. Ah, Violet has this really excellent idea, which is that I don't think I'm going to do that this round, but I could make a conversational like chat bot by segmenting out the joke and the punchlines, and so I could actually. That would be great for you to ask a question to the bot and it would try to give you a funny answer. I love that idea. Click on it, select spaces option, then select 2 spaces. Okay. I can handle this, everybody. Click. Change view. 2. Oh, okay. Oh. All right, here we go. So we're going to make this an async function. Oh, fetch isn't natively in Node, right? Is there some new thing called like Axios that I'm supposed to use? I saw that flying across the screen one day as I was sitting at my computer. I don't really know what that is, but I might learn about it. Fetch. Where is this? Fetch this. I don't know if this is going to give me JSON. So I'm going to wait this fetch. Let's see if this works. So now, what do I need to install? I think it was like Node Fetch that I used. Let's look, we're working with data and APIs. Coding train. Look at this, how convenient. Look at these nice tutorials. But I want to see, once I start using Node, server-side with Node, post with Fetch. This one will definitely have it. Let's look at the code. Looks like what I used was Node Fetch. So that's what I'll use. Okay, so that should have added that to, yep, Node Fetch is added there. And also, yeah. So let's try running this. Oh, my lights are blinking. We have a new member. Hi, welcome to the coding train. All aboard on the night train. It's a quiet place, a strange place, a place with people like me who feel confused. Why are they here? What's the point of it all? Do I even know what I'm doing? This thing didn't work at all. Sad. But you've joined, and I thank you. And for that, I would like to offer you a random number, which is 81,754. Now, why didn't this work? Ref fetch is not defined. Oh, so I can't just install node fetch and suddenly use fetch. I also, this is the point of the program where I'm just copy pasting code from previous things that I made. Cool. All right. So I need to make sure I have the require statement because I'm using this particular library. All right. Okay, we've got something. So that's good. Is it actually in JSON format? Let's see. Let's take a look and see if this works. So now I can convert it to JSON, and here we go. So I think that, I don't know how with fetch to tell it to do this thing. Is this some kind of like header? Header. I must need a header. Yeah, I've done that before. That's a thing. So maybe the -h means these are the headers, and this is telling me to give me back the data in JSON. So let's see. Fetch with headers. Using fetch. Fetch there, fetch, await fetch. So I can put an object in like this as the second argument. So let's try this. Let's make a variable called options. And I should say await fetch and just pass in the options. And then I don't need to worry about any of this. But whoops, what's going on here? Okay. I need this for headers. Whoa, is this right? Yeah. And the header that I want must be, I'm assuming, where's that page? Oh, here it is. Accept application JSON. I have no idea if this is what I'm supposed to do. Accept. What do we think? What's the chance this is going to work? All right! Now, how do I tell it I want the next page? So the current page is 1. The next page is 2. So I could say, I guess I could do some kind of loop here, right? I mean, I kind of know, this is silly. So I probably should do the pagination more. Okay, so the optional query string parameters. So, max 30. So I might as well get 30. So let's just see if this works. So I should be able to add, let's just because of how hard it is to see all this code, let's make a separate variable for the URL. And then, so that's the URL. Then let's add some query string stuff. So I'm going to use my template literal, my absolute favorite thing in the world. And question mark, limit equals 30. Well, I don't have, there's no, I can just do a string there. I mean, the reason why, because I think I'm going to change the page. So let's just see what happens there. Okay, so total pages is 21, right to my left or right or however you're looking at it. Total jokes is 650. So I want all the pages. So I think this is a little bit, so this is not such a great idea, but I think what I'm going to do is just hard code in, make this back to a string literal, and page equals, and then I'm going to have a counter like I, and out here I will put a nice little loop, and we're starting with page 1, and we go all the way up to page 21, I would assume. I++. I can type, yes I can. And now we'll console log that. Oh, I don't have any sort of auto format on save. It's okay. I can make the indentation whatever I like. There we go. There we go. This is so fun. Here we go. All right, this seems to be working. I'm getting, all the pages came through. So the jokes all come in a property called results. So all I need to do is once I have the results, I want to say let jokes equals JSON.results for every, look, I'm gonna throw caution to the wind. You'll never see me do this. You're gonna think like, what's he gonna do? What's that coding train Dan person on the internet going to do? He's going to write a for loop with a counter. No, jokes dot for each. That's right, for each. I'm using a higher order JavaScript function. For each joke, I'm using an arrow syntax. Is that how it works? Yeah? No? Yeah. For each joke, then I want to have an array called all jokes. And I'm going to say all jokes dot push joke. Then I want to console log all jokes. I'm feeling a little bit like I need some music. Okay. Who knows if this is correct? Because I never use for each. Next thing you know, I'll be using some kind of, what are these things called? I don't remember what they're called. Oh, it's so late. It's almost midnight. The pumpkins are coming to me. Oh, joke needs to be in parentheses. I don't think so. I think joke doesn't need to be in parentheses if there's only one argument to the function. We'll see. All right, here we go. Oh, whoops. This doesn't look good. Oh, no, but I want the text of the joke. It worked. I want joke.joke. This is so funny. The more times I can write joke, the more it'll be funny. No. All right. All of the jokes. Then, now, all I need to do is say, at the end here, let's make this, let's just do it all in here. Then what I'm going to do is say, I need file system. So Node has a built-in file system module, and I believe I can say file system write file sync. And write file, I like to use write file sync because I don't believe in asynchronous functions. I only use them when I have to. And it needs the file and a data and some options. So the options must be like the encoding. The data is all the jokes, and the file is my file name. So I'm going to say jokes.txt. I want to write out all jokes, but I want to join them. I think it looks like in the array, there were already like carriage returns and line breaks, so I don't think I need to add that in. Oh, no. That's if it's oh, look at that. Oh, wait a sec. No. I need to separate out, shoot. All right, I'm gonna have to think about this because I thought I could have every joke. So I think I need to actually remove. So what I really want to do is eventually be very thoughtful about cleaning and preparing this data set and understanding that jokes can be multi-line, and each joke I have like a specific separator between the jokes. Actually, I think Runway allows me to have my own separator. So let's create our own. Let's see if this works with creating our own separator. So I am going to join them all with $, parentheses. So this is going to be my own separator that's going to mark each new joke. Eventually, if there's a call and response of the joke, I might want to separate those, but let's just do that. And I want to have the file format be UTF-8, which has something to do with it being plain text. So let's see if this works out. I don't need to console log the jokes anymore. And looks like we've got a text file, and it's got a bunch of jokes in it with these weird separators all around. Okay, so this looks pretty good. Time for us to, first of all, I do have a pot of tea for my High Clear Castle mug. Like, by the way, so my laptop computer is literally right below these two objects. This is a horrific idea. And by the way, the reason why, oh my God, I just hit the soundboard by accident. The reason why this laptop computer has no stickers on it whatsoever is because I spilled liquid all over it. I had to send it to be repaired. And they, supposedly it's the same machine, but the entire screen, this sort of like section of it was replaced. So if you have any good stickers you want to send me or suggest that I purchase, they have like, rainbows and are colorful with like flowers and, the stuff that I love. You know what I like. Okay. Let's bring up Runway. And so Runway is a piece of software that allows me to work with various machine learning models. And it has a new feature which allows you to train a model. You do have to have a subscription to Runway in order to be able to do the training. But I want to train a new text model. I'm going to call this dad joke generator. And I'm going to, don't look at all of the other weird data sets that I already have here. I meant to create a totally separate account for live streaming, but whatever. I am going to get this jokes file. The data set is too small. No, I insist. Train my model anyway, I don't care. Is it really not going to let me? Oh, this whole plan is going terribly. All right. You think you can defeat me. You can't defeat me. I will defeat you. That's right. Remember that shuffle function I wrote yesterday? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Just watch this. Yeah, I've got you now. Look at me creating lots of extra data by just duplicating my data over and over again in a different order, which makes no sense because it's all segmented. All right, so hold on, here we go. Let's just say, let's do this 100 times. I'm gonna make this work. It kills me. How to not do machine learning correctly. How to not speak in English language. All right, now we're going to make our text file quite a bit bigger by putting all the same jokes in there 100 times. That's right. Wait, how come Runway closed? Did I close it? I'm going to train a model. It's going to be text. We're going to call this dad jokes. I'm going to upload my much larger joke data set now. Oh, it's very happy. Look at it. Look how long it is. That's a huge file. Oh my goodness. Whew. I have so many jokes. I have 5 megabytes of jokes. Amazing. Next. So I need to use a data set separator, which I thought it let me do a custom one. Didn't it let me do a custom one? I have this memory of being able to do that. None. All right, so I got to go back and redo this. Let's do it this way. Let's have all the jokes replace. I forgot how to use replace in JavaScript. Oh, I can use a regular expression and I just say replace. I think all I want to do is replace wherever there is, what was it? Was it /r/n with nothing? And then I'm going to join the text just with a line break. So we'll use a line break as a separator. Okay, let's take a look at this file. All right, this looks good. Every joke is on a new line. There was one that was multi-line. Oh, I'm like, why are the jokes the same? Wait a second here. Hold on a sec. I'm tired is the first joke, and then it's the third. No. Oh, because it repeats the first set of jokes No. Hold on a second here. Yes. I'm duplicating it in the array over and over again. All right, everybody. All right, I think we're good. Okay. Now, back. We're going to delete this data set. We're going to get it again. And we've got our jokes. Next. And then the data separator is definitely a line. And estimated training time. Oh, you can't. Estimated training time, an hour. It's okay, I got 4.5 minutes. Okay, here we go. Whew. Okay, here we go. Let's see what happens. It's so. I think I might need to turn the air conditioning on or open a window. I'm so hot. All right, your experiment is starting. This can take a few minutes. what can I do while we're waiting? Let's take a look at my list of projects that I want to work on. I felt like this went better last night. Hold on. Let's take a little break for a minute while I am letting this go. So we're going to have a quick intermission. I will be right back in just 2 minutes. All right, so I'm really waiting for this ETA to appear. And according to I should just admit that this stream goes until 12:30, right? Soon we're gonna find out how long this is gonna take. I'm reading the chat at least. Oh, hi, yes. Oh, all right. So Violet writes, as soon as you say it goes till 12:30, it'll start going until 1. I know, very bad idea. Let's look into some other stuff while we're waiting for this to go. Let me look at my list here because I'm going to need to figure out some stuff. So a couple things I could work on. I could start trying to download all my YouTube transcripts, but I think I want to get this thing further along. Live poll overlay would be a large project. I wonder if I could, at a minimum, sort of start to begin looking at how I would control these hue lights behind me. And that could be interesting to try. Also, like, where did CJ, let's look at CJ's YouTube live chat API. Let's take a look at that real quick. I think that could be a useful thing for me to take a quick peek at. So I think if I go to github.com/codinggarden, is there 2 G's in Coding Garden? That's an interesting question. There is. Oh, haha, let's take some time to look at these VS Code settings. Let's look at these. All right, so these are, this is a lot of stuff for me to, settings. Oh my God, I'm overwhelmed. I'm totally overwhelmed. Key bindings. Okay, I can't handle this. It's too much for me. But maybe these are some things I do like, because I do like the bracket pair colorizer. So maybe I will grab that one. Let's install that while I'm here. Okay. Let's open this up. Let's install that. And probably what I really want to install is get something to do like some nice code formatting for me. ESLint. So I think I want to integrate ESLint for sure. So let's install that. Okay. Now, Do I need beautify as well if I have ESLint? I guess I do want beautify, so let's install that. And then I think the setting that I want is the format on save, which sometimes I turn it off, but I'm going to put that in. And let's just see now if, okay, good. All right. What happens if I do this? Yes. Okay. So I've got a few more things set up in Visual Studio Code. Learn about multiple cursors in VS Code, writes Chris. They will blow your mind. All right. How are things going in Runway? I am calculating the ETA. When will it be? We'll see. We'll see. All right. Now, what was, let's start looking into the Hue Lights. So one of my colleagues at New York University teaches a class called Light and Interactivity. So, and has a set of tutorials about how to control Hue Lights. So let's, let's see if I can find this. So let's take a look here. Light hue control. I think this is what I'm looking for. Yep. Okay, this is perfect. So to get started programming Hue apps, you'll need a Hue hub. I have that. You'll want a Hue account too. I have that. Keep the Hue developer site handy. Every Hue has a debug interface available at this. Replace the address with your hub's IP address. So now the question is, I think if I use my local network IP address here in a live stream, there's nothing anybody can do with that. So I should be able to grab microphone. I'm wondering if I have a Google like Wi-Fi mesh network thing, and I wonder if I look at my Wi-Fi app if I can get the IP address of the Hue hub. So and unfortunately you can't see what I'm looking at right now, but it is finding all the devices. There are 23 devices. And I see a bunch of devices. I'm looking for one that says Hue hub. Philips Hue bridge. Is that the same as the hub? Looking at that, details. I have its IP address. So let me take this. Oh wait, obviously I need to go and replace this with the local network IP address, which is 192.168.86.35. All right, awesome. I've got the Hue API debugger right here. Cool. Oh, you know, because I made the text file large. That's why it's taking a long time. Yeah. This, by the way, the machine learning model is not going to work well. I'm going to need to do something more extensive to get more jokes. So if you have ideas for that, you can let me know. File them as issues. So if you have more, I need to build up a joke. And please, family-friendly jokes. I don't want stuff that's obnoxious, that's mean-spirited. Family-friendly jokes. I will manually curate them, I think, in the end. But if you go to the late night repo, I'm going to file an issue here. Need more jokes. I am building a database, a data set of jokes, dad jokes, family friendly. The more groan inducing, the better. Please help me with links to places I can find more. Starting with 650 from here. I can't has dad joke. All right. So you can add some comments or ideas. Yeah, beer jokes are welcome. Definitely beer jokes are quite welcome. All right. So now looking back at this, you can use this to send API commands to the hub to test things out. So what's the first kind of API command I can send? Device type my app username, new username. Okay, API, device type my app. So if I put this in there, and then press a link button on the hub and click post. Oh, I have to go press the link button on the hub. Okay. So I have to walk over to the hub and press the button. Do you think that's going to work? I'm going to walk over to the hub. And then I click post. What happens if I just click post right now? Okay, unauthorized user. Okay, all right. I am going to take my microphone and walk over to where the hub is. It's in the next room. I assume you can still hear me. I'm walking over to it. Walking over to it quietly and pressing the button. You can hear me press the button. You press the button. Nothing happened on it. Do I need to hold down the button more? Well, I'm going to walk back. I'm walking back. And now, right. I was reminded here that I needed to get rid of this 1, 2, 3, 4. And now let's do post. Aha! Username. Now this is probably something I shouldn't be showing you. Do you think? I mean, I don't understand why and how you would use this because I don't think, maybe it's accessible from outside, but I don't know. This seems like a bad idea that I have this on the screen. So I'll just leave it much longer to make sure I give you as much time as possible to type it all in. All right, so I did that. Now, Hue user command, and then, okay, to turn on light 1. So let's see if I can do this. So I want to get all of the, so now I can do, now I can put that user, I mean, I've already shown it to you, so I'm sure I can reset this value. So this goes now here. That's my username. And then I could put something like lights. And it's going, and click get, and it'll tell me the state of all my lights. Okay, so I am going to click get, but before I click get, I'm going to just put myself here. So that just in case it has some like private information. Doesn't really look like, yeah. So there doesn't look like there's anything really private here. There's just a lot of information I can kind of like show you. I'm going to look for the coding train because I have some lights called coding train. There we go. All right, so I'm going to come back to here. And so up here, you can see I have an extended color light called coding train. Hue Light Strip Plus. That's what's actually right here behind me. And this is some information about what color it is. And so now if I go back to here to turn on, how do I know what number it is? On true. So how do I know what number it is if it's light 1? What like light number is it? Is it, do I go further up? Light 5. So it's light 5. Look at this. Light 5. So now I believe it's light 5. So I'm going to go here to light 5. And we'll go back to here, and I'm going to change this to change this to 5. Yeah, state. User lights /5. Sorry, /5/state. And on true or on false. So let's see. And is it a post or a get? Oh, put. It's a put. What's a put? Oh, it went off. Oh my God. Look at this. True. Okay. Look behind me. Oh boy. So does this mean, can I just, how do I do a put with like an HTTP request? I only know, HTTP get, HTTP post. Those are things I understand. What's a put? Put versus post. Uploading stuff to a particular or overriding what is already. Post on there is a way of submitting data. So can I do a put? Method put. No problem. So absurdly, I'm going to go back to my Node program, and let's go to, this is not going to take that long actually for me to create a Discord bot that controls the lights, which won't be happening tonight, but that's what I do want to work. Well, I'm going to check on our joke trainer, but I'm going to create a light controller. I'll just call it lights. And as you know, that's how I like to do my NPM init. Hit enter as many times as I can. We're going to go to here. I'm going to create index.js. And now I'm going to do the same exact thing that I did in the joke scraper. So I want to use probably fetch in the file system. I'm going to say light on. Well, here, what am I doing here? Hue. Let's write a function, async. Let's call it Hue. And why is it back to 4? Why is it back to 4? That's so sad. Somewhere there's a default in these settings. Okay. Node Hue API. Oh, I could just use the Node Hue API. This is silly. So I was going to use fetch to do a put, and probably if I kept reading Tom's page. There's probably, let's look at this one. I could use the Node Hue API. So this probably makes more sense for me to use this, right? So I suppose, but the problem is I'd have to learn this. ID, IP address. Oh, interesting. All right, let's try using this. So let's, what is this called? Yes, by Peter Murray has made this. So why not just use this? Does this look like a last commit 6 days ago? That's a very good sign. So I think it makes sense for me to look at this. Let's see, we've got some nice information here. I'm going to install it. So this is definitely something I'm going to come back to and work on more. Okay, oh, there's a lot of information here. I kind of actually liked Tom's sort of simplified explanation, because I can do this. Let's just see if I can get the basics. I want to see if I can get a light to turn on and off. Then the pumpkins will come for me. And so this is what should be an environment variable. It's too late for me. I'm going to see if I can reset the username after tonight. It's probably a way I can do that. But I will just put it hard-coded into my code right now. And let's get the address, which was this. And then let's see if we can search for the bridges. Oh, I don't need node fetch. Hue API is not a constructor. Huh. Well, I'll have to look at the most recent documentation. All right. So this is going okay, I suppose. Let's see what's happening with our machine learning model. Oh! It's been running for 23 minutes. And it's already got a perplexity score of 40.44. Oh, it finished! It finished! I waited long enough. Awesome. Okay. Let's see now if I can... By the way, I'm just curious. Did the perplexity get worse over time or better? Oh, yeah, look at this. I had this like... Why does the moon rock taste better than an earth rock? Because it's made of oatmeal. I'm definitely going to have to like automate the laugh track as well. All right. So here we go. Let's throw caution to the wind and take I feel like I should take the model with the lower the checkpoint with the lower perplexity score. So perplexity is a score. It's similar to it's conceptually we can think of it similar to the way we think about loss. So as a machine learning model is training, if we're doing image classification, we would be saying like, oh, is it recognizing images when they're cats as cats and dogs as dogs? Perplexity is quite a bit different. It has to do with the way this GPT-2 model works, but the same kind of metric applies. If it's lower, that's better. So with it says here, you can see with a small data set, it is not uncommon for a perplexity score to increase over time. This means your model is likely memorizing the data rather than learning to generalize patterns. It extracts from it. If this is the case, try gathering more data or saving the model using a checkpoint from earlier. So let's use this checkpoint. I'm going to click Next. I'm going to change the checkpoint to the one from 250. I'm going to say Set as Default. Then I'm going to add this to the workspace. We're going to call this, create a new workspace coding train, late night. So let's create this workspace. And I've got my dad jokes model. Let's create an input source, which is just text. And let's run it remotely. I'm going to allow it to generate, let's use like the length of a tweet. What's a tweet these days? 280 characters. I forget what top P is. Oh, it's like a cumulative probability above this number. So a higher number is weirder stuff. So I definitely want to keep the higher number. And seed is just, if I give it the same prompt, it'll always give me exactly the same result unless I vary the seed. So that's good. So let's try writing a joke. Why did the chicken get invited to dinners? Dinner was on me. This is perfect. This couldn't possibly be better. Is it 280 characters? Yeah. So because we could make a Twitter bot that tells dad jokes. That would be fun. All right. So let's randomize the seed and get another one. Why did the chicken get a penalty? He took it for sage advice. I like this little short laugh. Let's randomize the seed again. Why did the chicken get a penalty? He got to go home with it. Yeah, thank you. All right, so now what do I want to do? What was I going to do with this? Right, I guess I'm going to generate my script. So maybe what I quickly want to do is, all right. It's 12:23. Let's get this to be an overlay, since that's the thing we're doing these days. Oh, but I've got the same problem, the same security problem. So I think what I need to do, let's try it this way. All right. Very, very quickly, let's see if we can let's see if we can talk to this machine learning model on Glitch. And I can store the secret key in an environment variable. Let's try that. Okay. Well, this is a terrible idea. Let me sign into Glitch. And I'm going to switch to this for a second. Here we go. Okay, I'm signed in. So I'm signed into Glitch. Glitch, if you're not familiar with, I generally like to use the P5 web editor as my go-to web editor, but for writing code in the browser. But if I want to have something that involves Node and server-side programming, the P5 web editor doesn't have that capability, but Glitch does. And then also one of the things, oh, look at this, starter Discord. Well, I'll come back to that. But one of the things that I can do is I can create a front end with P5.js to display the joke, and I can have Node fetch the new joke from the model, in which case, what am I saying? And I can keep that hidden. So new project, we're gonna call this, let's do a simple, I'm always afraid to use these templates because it says a simple Node app built on Express, but I always feel like what one person's simple Node app is another person's like headache. But let's see how Glitch does for it. Okay, so we're creating this project. And I'm gonna call this dad jokes. Oh, wow. Wow, there's already a Glitch project called Dad Joke Generator. Well, this is good for me to look. Dad Joke AI. Okay, so let's call it that. Okay, saved it. Let's go to environment variables. Aha. Comments are visible in remixes. Make sure there are no secrets in your comments. The environment variables for storing secrets in your app, like an API key. Any project member can see the contents, but everyone and everyone else can just see the variable names. Perfect. So what I want to do here is I'm going to go back to Runway. I'm going to stop the model. I'm going to go back to the model. Where's that option to host it? I forgot where that is. View info. I don't want to make this model public yet. I want to host this model. Dad jokes. And I don't. No, so it doesn't matter to me if you have the subdomain as long as you don't have the secret key. So let's grab this, and I'm gonna host the model, and I'm gonna deactivate it. So now I'm going to go to a place where you cannot see my screen anymore, and I'm gonna grab the token. Oh, there's a whole, well, this is new. Okay, hold on. There's a hosted model library. But is there a node? So one thing what's interesting here that I want to show you without, let me grab the code. Let me grab this first. Private API key. Oh, I can regenerate the API key. So I definitely should do that from yesterday's. Okay, so let's go back here. And, but when I do the morning show, I really have to add, next week I was going to change to a morning show and do it at 7 a.m. Eastern, but I have to stop it. I can't go over, but anyway. All right, so sorry, let me get back to my glitch environment variables, and I'm going to put in code snippets, JavaScript SDK. Oh, raw, let's just use raw JavaScript. Yeah, let's do that. So query the model. So I've got that. And I'm putting it in. Let me go back. So I know you can't see what I'm doing. I'm going to show you in a moment, I promise. And then, oh wait, I'm going to glitch, back to glitch. Okay. Joke. I should play some music right now because I'm not even talking to you. Give me a break. It's 12:30 at night. Okay. All right. I'm almost ready to show you. Actually, I can show it to you right now. So how do I make the font size much bigger? I'll just zoom in. So this is the code that I want to, I want to create a route that if I say /joke, I get a joke back. So the way that I do that is the secret token has to go here. So I need a variable called token. And that's a thing I can get out of the environment variables. So like if it was just xxxxx, I'll call it token. And then I think I could just say, I could just say process.env.token then in the code. So is this there? And then if I go to here, I can actually just say, where was I? Process.env.token. So this is me putting in the secret token should appear here. And now all I have to do is actually go and get that secret token that I don't want you to see and paste it right here in my code. Test. All right. I am very sorry about that. Unfortunately, the batteries died in this mic. I will be more conscientious about making sure I have batteries that are fully charged before I begin, so that doesn't happen again. Okay. So I don't remember what I was talking about now, but I now have in the, I can't click on this. I will not, I will not click on this. I will not click on this. My token for accessing the API is in this particular environment variable file. So I should be able to just access it now through process.env.token and not have you see it. So I don't need this. I don't need this. So there's, I guess I can leave all this. Let's see. There's a view. I'm not going to do any of this nonsense, but I guess I'll, what's in public here? Script.js, style.js, view, index.js. Okay, so this works. Okay, so I can use this as the P5 sketch, and this is my server code. I know you can't see this. How anybody know on Glitch how to enlarge the font size? Like where are the preferences? Format this file. That's, ooh, that's nice. How do I change the font size? Does anybody know? Detect a glitch, new stuff. I don't see a way to do it. Anyway, let's look at the project should show up here. I guess there's some errors maybe. Oh, okay. Starting up. And what I want to do is once I've got the generated text, okay, so I need a prompt. Why did the chicken? Then I need max characters, should be 280. Top P, I want to say 0.9. And this will eventually be a random number, but let me just make it 1,000 right now. And then we should be able to fetch. And then generated text encountered end, response.send generated text. So I probably should buy the Pro Glitch account so that this works. Now, let's see, show in a new window. Let's try this. All right, so hopefully this is going to appear at some point. Try enlarging browser font. Yeah, I was trying to avoid that because I just want, ooh, it's actually not even letting me do that. Is there an error? Like there's, how do I find out if there's errors? Isn't there a console? I didn't learn how to use this thing. Terminal. Aha. Oh, cool. Oh, so I could actually just run some tests by running the terminal. The console and the editor don't automatically sync. You can manually run the refresh command and it will force a refresh, updating the editor. Server, readme, views. Why is this not like showing up? Go to sleep. Glitch is having a major outage right now. Uh-oh. Well, that's not good. Major outage. Major outage. All right. I just want the jokes to appear. All right. We're going to do this a different way. We're going to do this a different way. I'm trying to think of how this makes sense. Oh, I have an idea. Here's how we're going to get the overlay. I mean, yeah, I think I can come back to this. How do I want to finish today off? Return to the pumpkins. Oh, I like to have, I think I have this thing where I feel like I want to complete something. I'm actually not going to, complete is the wrong word. I want to reach a sort of organic, happy stopping point, have a little like thing appear on the screen and be done with it. Let's just actually get the joke to appear in P5. So we're going to do it this way. I'm going to go back to Runway, and I'm not sure if what's being shown in Runway right now. So, okay. So I'm going to deactivate my dad joke model. I'm going to go back to my workspace, and I am going to run the model. And then I'm going to grab that code and just, I'm just going to run it locally. So here I am with the model running locally, and I can go to network, and I can go to JavaScript, And I can do, oh, I did this yesterday, didn't I? So let's just go back to open up our pumpkins. And let's make this a what am I doing? Duplicate. And we don't need any of this stuff. We don't need any of this stuff. All I want, oh, I forgot that is this. So let's grab all this stuff. And I just want to get joke. And wrong side. Sorry, everybody. Now, we don't want this model. We want, I'm going back to Runway. We want this. I want to query it. So what I'm doing is querying the model, and the input specification is here, is this stuff. So we have, why did the chicken? We want to have 280 characters. We want to have top P be 0.9. Let's actually have this be a random number between 0 and 1,000. So it's a different seed. We're going to post this and got joke. Then I'm going to say no canvas. And function got joke results console.log results. So let's see if we can, ooh, what's this? Let's see if we can get our joke to appear here in the console. Why does it have a little error here? Unrecoverable syntax error. That's weird. Anybody see a syntax error? I don't see one. Strip the semicolon. Oh, this is the error. No semicolon there. So this is the JavaScript object doesn't need a semicolon. Okay, let's see if we can get the joke to appear. Why did I not get? Oh, I have to call get a joke. Here we go, everybody. Why did the chicken get a penalty? He let out a little wine. Okay. So this works. And what I'm going to say is create P results.generated text. Okay, so now we should see if I go to File, Share, and get this full screen version. Oh, whoops, no, that's not the one I want. I want the present version. Why did the chicken coop ever go to school? It was all toast. Why did the chicken get a penalty? He let it go. Why did the chicken pay for his nap? He let it go. Yeah. Okay, so I think let's improve this a little bit by, let's Let's improve this a little bit by creating an text input. And let's do let joke. So, let's say joke paragraph. And so I'm just going to make a couple DOM elements with nothing in them. We'll start with this. So this is a little interface here where I can type in a prompt and then it will get the, why did the chicken go to the bathroom? It was tender. But now what I want is for anytime I'm typing, I think that's input dot, let's call this prompt. Prompt, because I think the event is actually the event function is called input. I could just do changed, so whenever I hit enter, but let's call get joke. And so get joke will now get prompt. Is it .value or .html? I think it's .value. So I'm going to get whatever's in the prompt. And so now so we're going to, no. Then I want to update. I don't want to do create P. I want to say joke P dot HTML and give me the results. So let's go back over to here. And we're going to type. The coding train. The coding trayologists work in concert. They teach people 3D printing. They teach people to make sprite movements. So you might wonder, like, what? How could this possibly have come up with anything related to 3D printing? Well, the truth here is what I'm actually doing is the process of training the model, I was fine-tuning an existing model. So maybe tomorrow night, when I come back, I can talk more a bit about what GPT-2 is, how it was trained, and the process of fine-tuning. But there's a lot of existing knowledge it has based on a huge data set of text. And the jokes that I'm feeding it are kind of steering it in the direction of what I want it to generate. So why did the chicken is a good, why did the fish say hello? Heaven. Oh, and then, so I guess, a button would make sense. So let me just change one thing about this. Let's make a button. And then what I'm actually going to do is the button, when it's pressed, will get the new joke. So why does pizza taste bad for you? Because of all the toppings you get. Why does chocolate do it for lunch? No, Chips, it's a munch up. I'm so tired. ... In this economy. I don't know. Why did the for loop succeed? Because it just took longer to get from first to second base. Why did the if statement be false? Because it was false. Why did my code short for lunch? Ketchup. Yeah, that wasn't very good. I like how I disable this. Can you please disable? Go away. Yes, thank you. Also, let's see. Let's see. I like these like coding jokes. Coder, my code is broken. Let's see if it figures out how to do like. No, it thinks that's the end. Let's get rid of the period. No, oops, Whoops, I lost that. All right, let's try this one more time. Why did my code break? Because it kept changing. Oh, that's so good. Because it read in 32. Because someone broke into my program. Why did my code break? Because it was sitting in a tree. Why did my code break? Because someone has been stealing from my workstation. Do you have any suspicious files in there? Thanks. It was a ketchup. Why did my code break? It got chunky. Why did my code break? Because it was trying to figure out how to use ghastly functions. Ghastly! Okay. Thank you, everybody. I really appreciate you joining me for this total and complete nonsense. I think now what I would like to do, I just needed some music, is turn this into a Discord bot. Because we could ask it questions like, where are you? Or why are you? And it could respond and say like, should I use a for loop? Because that's where it gets messy. It is true. It prints C. It takes one sign. It takes some time, I think. Nothing but an int. You know, it really generates excellent punchlines. I think it should be a pace run. These are really, really good. So I think we could make this much better. I think I've stumbled on some gold here. We could make this much better. I don't know why I was going to play that. I got to say goodbye. We could make this much better by working on a better data set and retraining the model. And also, I think if a lot of the jokes, like as Violet suggested, if I want to like really think of it as very conversational, I could work on building in my own. So I think actually maybe what I was thinking is there isn't necessarily a option for a custom delimiter in Runway, but if what I did was always insert, I'm hearing like music somewhere, some kind of like delimiter here, I could train the model to kind of understand the difference between the question and the answer. Okay. So I'm really hearing some weird noise coming from somewhere, and it's like freaking me out a little bit. I'm just curious if glitch came back. Still says major outage. Let's see if it comes back. All right, doesn't appear to be coming back. So this is where we are for tonight. This is my ending point. Let's finish with a little quick round of jokes. By the way, now I'm realizing that I can't mix sounds on my soundboard. So I feel like it would be useful to be able to have some nice backgrounds where I tell jokes along with the laughter. But this way I have the soundboard, so I can only play one sound at a time. But I think that ultimately this bot or web application or whatever should speak the jokes and include a laugh track. There's so many possibilities here. So let me take some suggestions from the chat for prompts right now. So I'm going to wait for you to give me some suggestions for prompts, which I will use. Why did Dan tell them to have a good day? Cool toast. I like, why did the robot? Why did the robot fall on the side? He fell on the side. They were funnier earlier. I like the coding ones. It seemed to work really well. Why does recursion take place in front of you? Nacho cheese. What does the fox say is pretty good. Meowtain. Okay. I think what I'll do is I'm going to say goodbye, and I should let this. I should leave you with this generating jokes. So I'll generate jokes for a little while for you here, and play you out with some music. And I am doing this. Tomorrow will be the last late night coding train of this week. I was kind of thinking of doing it Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday night, so 3 nights a week at 11 p.m. Although next week I think I might try Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday morning. So I want to do 3 streams a week. Where did I come up with this? This plan. So I'll see you tomorrow night. I just have to say it so that I commit to being here. So subscribe. If you want to get a reminder, you have to do the subscribe and bell thing. But really, you could just join the Discord. What did HTTP get is a really good one. This is a really good one. Can you see the whole thing? Yeah. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, so see you tomorrow, everybody. We'll be back and just doing more. I might turn this into a Discord bot. Might try to get the Hue Lights going. We'll see. Please contribute. Please, if you can. Oh my God, is it 1 a.m.? Please, if you can, contribute to the repo. If you want to add ideas or places that data sources. Oh God, I can't talk. It's the middle of the night. What is going on? Why am I here? I'll take any and all contributions at the late night ReMe. So I'll see you tomorrow night, everybody. Goodbye. As always, I always forget the this dot, this dot, this dot, this dot. I'm gonna do this dot, this dot. I'm gonna do this dot, this dot, this dot. I'm gonna do this dot, this dot. I'm gonna do dot, this dot, this dot, this dot, this dot's on. This dot, this dot, this dot. Never forget this dot, this dot, this dot, this dot, this dot's on. This dot, this dot, this dot. Never forget this dot, this dot, this dot, this dot. I'm gonna do this dot, this dot. I'm gonna do this dot, this dot, this dot. I'm gonna do this dot, this dot. I'm gonna do dot, this dot, this dot, this dot. I'm gonna do this dot, this dot. I'm gonna do this dot, this dot, this dot. I'm gonna do this dot, this dot. I'm gonna do this dot, this dot, this dot, this dot's on. This dot, this dot, this dot. Never forget this dot. This dot, this dot, this dot. Never forget this dot. I'm going to do the this dot, this dot, this dot, this dot, the this dot song. Never forget the this dot. I'm going to say once again, here we go, sing it with me. It's the polar Cartesian coordinate song. It's the polar to Cartesian coordinate song. Auto-tune and the internet will fix that for me. Sing it with me. It's the polar to Cartesian coordinate song. 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 Unicorns and rainbows and cupcakes. What else is there? Yes, kittens. Thank you very much. Kittens and rainbows and cupcakes. Notice that. Look what I get. I'm really losing my mind. Okay, let's do it. Kittens and kittens and kittens and kittens. 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 Kittens and kittens and kittens. Kittens and 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 kittens and kittens and kittens. I feel just sort of like a nice feeling of relaxation. Everything's going to be okay today. Dream is not broken. It has not frozen. This is a wonderful thing. Okay, we're going to do it. I'm really getting to something. I need my sound effect. Unicorns and rainbows and cupcakes. What else is there? Unicorns and rainbows and cupcakes. That was invalid syntax. I forgot. There was one other thing here that I think is important that I will use continuously over and over again in all sorts of text generation analysis things that I will use continuously over and over again. First thing I need to do is, yes, kittens. Kittens, kittens. I'm really losing my mind. Okay, we're gonna do it. Kittens and kittens and kittens and kittens. 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 Kittens and kittens and kittens and Das Vidania.